Hey, my name is Stephen Boys. I'm a mental health therapist, and I'm going to be guest lecturing in your world religions class on Friday. Now, ahead of that class, I want to walk you through an exercise. This is something that we do in therapy on a pretty regular basis, and I think it might be helpful for class. So, take a piece of paper like this. It could just be a regular notebook piece of paper. And you want to fold it into fours, okay? And I'm going to do this on the board. But just go ahead and fold it into fours like that, and we're going to section them off. All right, so in the top section, go ahead and write bio, life, and psycho, mental. Over here, this is environmental. Bottom right is social. And here we have the spiritual. Sorry, the board is low because I'm a children's therapist, so the board's got to be low. All right, so each of these four categories represent four areas of life. When we look at individuals and we look at the systems that they're a part of, we want to take into account kind of the categories of those systems. It doesn't really make sense for us to look at somebody's physical health and their emotional health, but then not really look at any kind of religious or spiritual participation, particularly when we're dealing with issues that social workers like myself have to deal with. So major traumas, turmoil in the family, death. These are times when knowing how somebody's belief system works is really, really important. And then obviously we want to know what their social interactions look like. Now, we're going to create a map, a physical representation, or visual rather, of somebody's life. It's going to be your life now, and then we're going to do it again on Friday with a case study. So this is you. So go ahead and write your name right in the middle. All right? Now, what are the major parts of an individual's life? Well, over in environmental, this is where you work. This is where you live. And this is where you learn. Okay? So where are you at? You're at FSU. Where do you live? Let's say you live in an apartment, right? And where do you work? Let's say dining hall. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at social now. This is pretty simple. You got your family, right? Mom, dad, brother, sister. Okay. That's family, and these are all individuals in the family. You can just go ahead and circle them like this, do whatever. We're going to highlight the relationships between you and them in just a second. You've got your friends, right? Write your 3 closest friends on here. Let's see what else for social. Clubs, right? If you're in Greek life, if you're in some kind of extracurricular activities, if you play sports. And then, of course, don't forget significant other, okay? And anything else that might go in here under social. Spiritual, well, you've got your faith community if you attend, right? This could be Friday services, Saturday services, Sunday services, Wednesday services, right? Then you have spiritual practices, right? What do? Do you read your scriptures on a daily basis? Do you pray on a daily basis? What do you do on a regular basis that is spiritual or religious in nature? Okay, just stuff you do, kind of part of your routine. And then also, what are the big spiritual or religious milestones in your life? So if you had some kind of conversion experience, if you went to a camp and you saw your religion in a new way, or if you had a spiritual mentor like your pastor or your rabbi took you aside from age 8 to 12 and basically hung out with you, taught you the scriptures, was interested in your life, played a major role in kind of forming you into the spiritual person that you are today, right? So what are those milestones? Pick like 3. 3 spiritual milestones. Okay, These really form the backbone for the spiritual person that you are today. Biopsychosocial or biopsycho, so this would be physical health. And then you've got mental, right? Okay, so let's think college Stephen definitely had ADHD, also had anxiety, okay? So what's your mental health picture look like? What's the stuff kind of bouncing around? Physical health, let's see, allergies, asthma, sports injuries, okay? And then also think about your family heritage, right? So in my family, what do I have? Got some depression, got some substance abuse, physical health, heart problems in the family, diabetes in the family, okay? These are things to kind of know about that could be creating an impact right now in your life, could not. In addition, you've got any kind of medicine, right? What kind of medicine are you on right now? That's going to have a big impact on what's going on with you. In addition, your doctors and insurance. Do you have health insurance? Can you afford health insurance? If you can't, that's going to impact your quality of care, your quality of life. Okay, so when we do this map right here, we're thinking about everything that's going on in your life and how it's impacting you. And then we're thinking of the relationships. All right, so what are the positive relationships? You want to indicate on here, well, Dad gives me money on a regular basis, so I try to keep my relationship with him positive, so that's a good solid line. Mom and I, we always fight, so that's a dotted line. Our relationship is strained. My brother, he's kind of cool, but whatever. My sister, she and I don't really hang out, but we're not on bad terms. Significant other, look at that, 2 big strong lines. I spend a lot of my time with this individual. Think about who you spend time with, right? Friends, those are strong relationships. Indicate that with a strong double line. Clubs, is the club positive? Is it taking up your time? Is it taking up your money? Is the club, an effective use of your resources, or is it wasting your time? Indicate that with lines. If something is a positive relationship, indicate it with a strong double line. If something's a negative or a strained relationship, you can indicate it with a dotted line. You can also indicate it with kind of a squiggle line like this. It looks like a heartbeat, right? Do you live in a stressful situation? Do you hate your roommate? If that's the case, this is going to tax you emotionally. So just indicate if whatever these domains are, indicate if they're positive or negative, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect. And then once you indicate positive, negative, indicate time, indicate the strengths of the relationships, right? And then start to ask questions, right? This is where you get to be a skeptic. So, who has the power in your life system, right? Well, Dad's the one who provides me with the money so I can eat, so I can go to school. So Dad's kind of the one who's got the power right now. But also, I do everything that my girlfriend says. So she's got the power too, all right? Who has a shocking, who has low amounts of power, right? Like your professors might have low amounts of power, right? They have very little say, except when it comes to your grades. So they've got low power and high power at the same time. What about your peers, the people in your life? What about the president of your club? Or what about your pastor? Do these individuals have power in your life or not? Where are you spending your time, right? These are kind of the skeptical questions that we want to ask. Is everybody in our life there for positive? Are people getting things out of us that we don't want them to be getting out of us? Are they taking our time, money, resources? Are they causing emotional stress, right? Like, if you've got this going on, how is this domain right here impacting this? It's going to. So how is that happening? All right, so hopefully you've filled this out on a sheet of paper. It doesn't have to be perfect, just while we're talking. And you can draw some lines, pluses and minuses, indicating the effects of these areas in your life. And then we will do this with a case study on Friday. Look forward to speaking with you.